General Services, where I'm going to learn how to use a trash truck. I practiced using the joystick a little bit, which is exactly like one of those machines that you see in the mall that has all the stuffed animals and you try and grab one. So here you would use this button to open the hands. Now I'm going to bring them out. And then this one at the bottom closes the hand. Bringing the trash can closer to the trash truck. And then you would pull it this way to dump the can into the bed of the truck. I'm bringing the trash can up. Nice! It is so much harder than I thought, but I was never the person who was actually able to get the stuffed animal in one of those machines anyway.
Now, we're going to get you out on a route so you can actually get a true feeling of what it's like to be in one of these big boys and see how the job is done.
This is actually what I've always wanted to do.
Really?
Ever since I was 2 years old, I fell in love with these trucks, and it was my life goal ever since that day. The driver let me sit in the truck and blow the horn that I wanted to drive one of these trucks when I got old enough to do it. And here we are 25 years later, I'm doing what I love.
So you had a little bit of practice. What has been the biggest adjustment?
The first part is definitely driving on the right side. That's definitely a challenge at first, but with a lot of practice, you just get the hang of it. Well, there have been days where I've just been stressed out after a long day, and I'll go get in my car, and I'll actually get in on the passenger side and sit there. And one time I actually called my dad and told him, I said, "Hey Dad, I'm gonna be a little late coming home today. Somebody stole the steering wheel out of my car."
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, you absolutely did great, Kaelyn. But you know, what you just did proves exactly why you should always bag and tie your trash. As soon as you went up, as you saw, it tipped, it started to fall down. Usually anything loose, once you get to the top so far and it's not bagged and tied, it will make its way down the truck just like you just demonstrated. So we always try to stress to all the citizens, if you can, bag and tie your trash. It'll just make the collection a whole lot easier.
So if that were to happen in the field, would the person in the truck have to clean it, or how does that go then?
Well, usually if that happens in the field, the drivers are responsible for getting out and picking up anything bagged. You know, they're picking up 1,000 cans a day, roughly, if not more. So we try to do our best to help everyone out. A lot of times we'll come up on cans and they're already turned over before we even dump them. That's partly due to bear, wind, weather, just depends. And they'll pick them up and try to redump them again and try to help out as much as we can.
So in addition to driving on the right-hand side of the road, you're also navigating other obstacles like mailboxes and cars parked along the side of the road.
You definitely need to stay focused with it. A lot of times cans are right up against mailboxes, right up against other cans, or too far from the road, or up against bushes or other obstacles. You gotta keep your head on a swivel, as I call it, and always be alert to what's going on around you and obstacles. If someone asks me how close should they keep their cans, I always say 5 feet on both sides. That way it gives us enough room to get the arms in between the cans and not knock the cans over and make a mess that the resident or us may have to clean up.
So picking up 1,000 cans a day, how many people do you have on staff? What time do people start in the mornings?
So we have roughly 32, 33 employees.
Okay.
Everyone starts around 6:30. They'll get here roughly, and they'll start picking up the first cans around 7 a.m. And they'll work through their routes. You know, as they finish, they'll team up and help each other to continue to get the job done and make sure that everyone's done on time and that you know, everyone's serviced. And if need be, we do go back if we miss someone. Or if someone is out of town or something in the neighborhood, pull a can out behind them. If we're in the neighborhood, we will make a trip back to try to double back and make sure that can is done.
I call ourselves sometimes the unsung heroes of the community.
Yes.
We're the ones that make this trash and their problems disappear, and they never have to worry about touching trash or anything. We just take care of it, and they come home and the trash cans are empty, and their worries of their trash around their house are gone.
You're like everybody's little magical fairies.
Right, the trash fairy. Well, if somebody says to have a nice day, I mean, it goes to show someone appreciates what we do, and it just puts a smile on your face when somebody tells you that, hey, we appreciate what you do.
So a lot of times drivers will come upon a can that's like this, and it would have trash in the bottom, and sometimes if it's packed tight and they go to pick it up, this will prevent the trash under it from coming out. So a lot of times we always try to stress this we will consider a bulk item.
Okay.
So on your bulk day, please set this sort of item beside the can.
Okay.
And another truck will come along and pick that up, and that'll make everything fall out of here a lot smoother.
Okay. In addition to the vehicle already being so big and having the obstacles, but then actually operating the joystick, is that something that just becomes second nature?
Well, actually, a long time ago, I was given the opportunity to, when I was a child, a trash truck driver took enough interest in me to let me work the truck and everything and learn the operation of the joystick when I was probably in elementary, middle school. And
Wow.
actually, one of the trash men actually worked here and actually got me the job here.
Okay.
And we actually got to work together a few years before he ended up retiring 2 years ago. So that was kind of special. The guy that got me started, I actually got to work with him for a while, and they joked around and called him my grandfather. You never know just how much a smile, a wave, or a honk on the air horn could make someone's day.
All right, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I had a great time riding along with you.
Thank you.
That does it. I've now roamed Roco inside of a trash truck.